So I think it's kind of funny that here we are having a wonderful dinner, sitting around the table chopping it up, and that you went and stole my neighbor's doormat.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it and then put
with a ransom note.
With a ransom note.
Yo, McGee, if you're out there, you're never getting it back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of
Espookys Talk.
That's right, guys. You are here listening to the ultimate podcast of everything Espookys. I am Arturo, and I'm here, as always, with the one and only, our resident bruja, Eva.
Hey, everybody. Hopefully you had a very safe and wonderful 4th of July.
I did.
And that you me too. And that you definitely had, I don't know, a hot dog or a burger.
I had a hot dog and a burger, and I still have all my fingers and toes. It all went pretty well.
Wow.
Pretty well.
That's amazing. I definitely really enjoyed all the sparklers.
The twinklers.
And then I needed to really celebrate Summerween, even though it wasn't on the summer solstice, and decided to make a jack-o'-lantern watermelon.
Wonderful.
And it was delicious.
I'm sure it was.
And I didn't share it. I ate the whole thing all by myself.
Dang.
Selfish.
I hope it wasn't one of those giant watermelons.
No, it was one of
those little
tiny, baby kind.
I hope so.
The little baby kind.
That'd have been a little weird.
And with that, I want to jump into the cosmic forecast for July 18th, 2025. Woo!
Yay.
All right. So it's very interesting because the cosmic says that for July 18th, it's all about pruning. It's all about reflection.
I'm sorry, time out. Did you say pruning?
Pruning.
Okay, continue.
Like a tree.
Yes.
You got to get rid of the old. Right? So reflection, quiet realigning. So definitely it's a great time to look inward once again around values, security, creative expressions, and your relationships. Use this day to reset internally before the sun enters Leo next week.
Ooh.
So
the lion.
As a Leo rising myself, when we go into Leo, we become a little more selfish. So I can see why I was already indulging in selfish behaviors as not sharing my watermelon that I worked so hard on. It's mine.
And I asked for some, guys. She denied. She was like, I don't think so, buddy.
I looked at you like moving it over furthest away from you. It is mine.
That's all right. I didn't share the last box of sparklers, so we're all good.
We're good. It's all fair. So for earth and water signs, it's important to focus on emotional well-being and accomplishing your set goals.
All right.
So for all our earth and water signs, that includes you, Arturo.
Yep.
Lock in. Get it done.
Get her done.
Make your list.
Check it twice.
We almost have to go back to work. So get it together.
Oh, don't even say that.
For air and fire signs, I'm a fire sign. Due to Mercury in retrograde, oh no, communications out the window again. Take time to rethink your projects and ensure that it is truly going to take you to the next level. Have you ever had a wonderful idea and then thought about it a second time, like a day later, and was like, I don't know how I really feel about that?
No, I'm super spontaneous, and just every thought that pops into my head, I basically do it.
Yeah, see, no, don't do that. Do the opposite of what you just said.
What? I mean,
make your to-do list, check it twice. Like good old Santa.
Right.
Making a list, checking it twice. Whether it works or not.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so that's what needs to be planned in your head today. It's an ideal day to do relationship grounding. So if you have a special someone in your life.
I do.
I do not. So for me, I guess it's the relationship I have with myself. Because we are in a Taurus moon energy, it encourages us to do some heart-centered breath work with a loved one, which I don't have that, so I love myself. I'll use a mirror. to let go of what no longer suits you. All right?
Yes.
So do some, if you do have a special someone and you're lucky enough to do so,
Do some breathing.
do some breathing, coming from the heart, to talk to your partner about what no longer serves you guys. This is great advice. This is idea. You should be doing this all the time. Maybe that's why I don't have a partner. High expectations.
High. Set the bar high. There's nothing wrong with setting the bar high.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
All right, but that's in the air today. So if you're feeling it, follow your intuition.
And there it is. Well, you know what I was going to talk about today?
I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to ask, but I'm going to do it anyways.
I was thinking the other day, and I was thinking really hard. I was actually listening to an episode of our podcast.
Oh.
And I do that every once in a while, and I can't get it out of my mind.
Uh-oh.
You saying that there's a price that you would give and sell your soul to the devil.
All right. So just for the listeners who like to jump around in our episodes.
Oh, man, no. That's...
Go
ahead.
back.
Let's go back.
Go back. But for the case of, if someone just jumped in, I want you to also feel included. So this is for you guys. It's not necessarily that I have a price, but I'm a very curiosity killed the cat kind of person. So if it's going to take me, it better be good. If the devil were to offer me a deal, I don't want power. I don't want riches. I don't want fame. But what I think it would be worth it is to switch places. I think I would like to understand celestial beings. So it's more of a scientific wanting to know how things work kind of perspective. And for that reason, I would sell my soul to switch places with the devil. Can you imagine the devil being a human? A female brown human in this world? Ooh, it'd be very interesting.
That would be interesting because I'm sure you have quite a few different takes and perspectives than most.
Right. And so I would be on the other spectrum, seeing from a celestial viewpoint, essentially an immortal being.
Yeah.
And
you say immortal, but there's going to have to be some type of payment due. And what does that do?
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know what the downfall would be other than seeing my loved ones all go and being lonely. But how is that any different from today?
Well, the funny thing is when we were talking about this, I was actually making a few statements.
Right.
And what I was saying was that I don't think, because I don't know enough, that I'm not willing to gamble with whatever it is, whatever your soul is, whatever it does for you, whatever it obviously has value if the devil wants it.
Ooh.
So whatever it is, I'm not willing to gamble because people say things like they want riches or power,
right,
or immortality
or being famous. Those are usually the top categories.
But things with fame, you lose a lot of privacy, power. Whenever there's power, there's always great responsibility of some kind,
right?
Immortality, just basically mean you're eventually going to love something so much and you're going to have to watch it die. You're going to have to watch it go away. You're going to have to, you know what I mean? Because nothing else lasts forever. So you're right. That loneliness, whatever. I can't. And the fact that you would, man, you were brave.
No, apparently there's something wrong with me that I need to go and investigate. Because the moral and correct thing to do when you know what I mean, is to definitely love yourself enough and value yourself enough that you don't want to sell your soul because you know the value of your soul. I'm just saying that I feel that I love myself enough to be like, let's switch places. Because I think I would be getting the better deal. But I don't know. I wouldn't know until I was there dealing with it, with all the consequences that come with it.
Wow. There's a lot of
So I don't care if it's foolish because I still gain the knowledge. The knowledge aspect to me is worth it.
Knowledge is king.
Mm-hmm. So I guess
I still don't know. I don't think so. There's a lot of folklore. There's a lot of legend. There's a lot of
warning against it.
Absolutely. Nothing. I can't. even goofy movies like Bedazzled, nothing has ended well with selling your soul to the devil.
No, because there's always a catch. But I have sat down and I've asked myself, like, what could the catch actually be? Like, what could besides like having to live with knowing that I cut people deals and having to be a trickster about it? But I want to know, why is the devil impulsed to do that?
What is selling your soul to the devil?
Yeah, like,
have you ever really thought about that question? Like, what is it?
That's what I'm pondering the most, but I feel like the best way to know is to experience it.
Jesus. Is
this too radical?
You got cojones. That's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, there's a lot of meanings about selling your soul to the devil. And when I kind of go through and I do some research and look at some things that interest me, I kind of read a bunch of different perspectives and then I try to make up my own opinion, And when you talk about the meaning, which often represents things like a conscious choice to pursue some type of gain, whether it's wealth, power, pleasure, immortality, whatever, but it's usually at the expense of one's core values, their beliefs, their spiritual well-being. And that's what they call selling your soul to the devil, because you're giving up something like that. Yeah,
there's always a cost.
But I'm not thinking it that way. When I ponder the thought, I don't know if it's a biblical perspective, well, the Bible doesn't explicitly describe instances of people selling their souls to Satan, but they always try to get you to resist evil, submitting to, you know what I'm saying? Betrayal is a symbolic act of selling your soul for material gain. Like, there's so many things that are interpreted in the Bible that, of just being righteous, doing the right thing, whatever that is. But just when I think, and then I think about it's just, what is your soul? What are you giving up? What is it that you're really, honestly, truly, I don't know enough. I don't know enough of what happens after. I don't know what the value of the soul is. Do you know what I mean? And it, like I mentioned earlier, it's got to have value. Why else would the devil want it? Right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I do ponder it. So for me, I think when you bring up the Bible, I think of basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? Isn't that what it stands for?
I don't know what it stands for.
I've been told that that's what it stands for. I don't actually know.
Ford stands for Found on Road Dead. Is that just a made up thing, or is that just, is that really what it stands for?
In the words of my crew when I was growing up, what? But yeah, I've heard the phrase that it means basic instructions before leaving Earth, like Bible. So anyways, and of course the morals and that have been instilled by me by not only my parents, but just from watching things from the righteous philosophical viewpoints of keeping onto my soul. But I just can't help it. Like I love knowing things that I would be able to trade it to know all the things. And what better than to switch places? Because I don't think he would take I don't think he would take it. I think he'd be like, nah.
Who knows?
To be a human, you think he'd want to be a human? The people he toys with and manipulates, according to legends, allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
But I did think about the cons of it, right? Because it always comes with a part that you didn't think about, right? Like I'm over here thinking of all the goodness that I could do out of it, right? Like all the deals I can cut and how I would understand this and have that knowledge.
But you would have to take someone else's soul.
Exactly.
To cut those deals.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So I would be trapped in that role. Like these are things I have to consider, right? Like I'd be trapped in that role. And although I'd have good intentions, I would still have to fulfill that role of being the villain because the universe works in balance. And we can't have shadow without light. And so even you know what I mean? Like my hands would be tied. Like these people want to sell their soul to the devil. I have to go and make it happen.
Yeah.
And obey by the rules of it. But I want to understand the rules. You know what I mean? So it's like such a conundrum. And then technically I'd have free will, but then I don't.
Nope.
because I'd have all this massive power, but it's a role that I would have to play.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Your power would have to be directed
right, exactly,
by something else.
And so I know that and hopefully you know, and if you don't know, Lucifer is the light bringer. Like the idea of these contracts and roles is for souls to be redeemed. That was the original cause, but you know, people believe what they believe, and I respect that. But and then I don't know about you, but the more I know, the more I worry.
You bring up some good points.
So
though.
that inner peace that I have to keep it going by grounding myself. So to have all that infinite knowledge, to be able to ground myself, what would I ground myself? What is the celestial being used to ground?
I don't know.
You know, is that why Lucifer is so bitter? Like,
maybe it's just the hooves and the horns. Who knows? There's a lot of things though, and you bring up a lot of good points. And one of the things is kind of interesting because you are a resident bruja. And back in the day, they literally say that witchcraft and demonic pacts, you know, that medieval and Renaissance beliefs of witchcraft, that it was thought that witches and warlocks made pacts with the devil to gain magical powers and to participate in those diabolical rituals.
see, that gets me wondering. That's why I don't,
Because how else?
What if someone in my bloodline did that?
That's what I'm saying.
And then, like, here I am.
And here you are, trying to be the devil.
Dang. Well,
oh my goodness, guys.
To all my listeners out there, I just can't settle being second place. Like, if the option is there, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna see it through.
Dang.
I don't know. I say that now in all confidence and just to be the devil's advocate. But in all reality, I don't think I could.
You don't think you could?
I don't think I could.
Well, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a big thing.
There's some kind
It's a big gamble.
That is a gamble. And there's a bunch of like stories, legends, folklore of people who have made that choice. And where does it go? Like, there's no happy ending. It ain't no fairy tale.
Well, what if that's part of the contract for the people that it did work out for? They can't write it down. Or they can't tell us. You know what I mean?
Have you ever heard the story of Faust?
No, but do tell.
Well, Faust was like a scientist-y type guy.
Oh no.
Right. And he was a scholar, and he made a deal, not with the devil, I don't think it was in this story, but one of his representatives.
I like that. I like that the devil has...
Mephistopheles.
Oh, okay. So
Let me try that
see
again.
what you mean. One of his demons.
Mephistopheles? Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Mephistopheles. And he did it for knowledge. He did it for power. He did it for worldly pleasures. He kind of wanted to know a lot of things. And he was... What his real thing was that kind of drove him to make the deal was his ambition. That he wanted to know a lot of stuff. And then in the story, turns out that he gets double-crossed because what they did was they brought him the knowledge, but they brought him the knowledge in a form that he could not understand. So even though they fulfilled the deed, they gave him what he asked for, they did it in a method where he couldn't use. So...
Oh, man.
You know.
So the lesson here is that when I go to bargain my soul, I have to be very explicit about how I want it.
You've never seen the movie Bedazzled?
No.
Okay.
But, I mean, it makes sense.
Do you know Brendan Fraser? He was in Mummy. He was in a bunch of stuff back in the day.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yes,
that guy.
from The Mummy.
So Elizabeth Hurley is the devil. Right. And it's kind of a comedy and things, but it's just like that. He gets these wishes and he asks for things like, I want to be, rich and powerful.
I feel like I saw this on Telemundo, but please keep going.
Yeah. And they turn him into a drug lord because he's rich and powerful. And then that doesn't end well. He wants to be be a superstar and this and that. So they turn him into a professional basketball player, but they make him incredibly not intelligent and have a small willy. You know what I mean? So
Oh my
that didn't work
goodness.
out for him. Then he was like, no, what women really want is sensitivity. Okay, well, then I want to be the most sensitive man in the world. That didn't work out, you know? So it was kind of a story about exactly what you're talking about not being specific, about getting, of not knowing what you want until it's given. You know what I'm saying? Like people
Yeah,
always say,
because
it's everything I've ever wanted until I knew what I was, you know what I mean? Until you knew what you wanted.
everything has a frequency, right? And
You mentioned that.
and you're like, okay, what does that mean? It means that like when you're in the abundance of money, okay, you have to keep a neutral mindset, because the moment that you start to fear losing money, then it disappears. You know what I'm saying? And you see that because like people will win the lottery and then they don't know how to administer it. And then it's like their downfall.
So that one I would try. You could just give me money and I'll see if I can manage it.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a cost of all of our blessings, I guess you could call them, in which you need to know. You know, for me, it's always been a pursuit of knowledge. But unfortunately, the more you know, the more you're going to be paranoid about. So it's definitely like learning to balance that.
Yeah.
Like, look, okay, like let's put it this way. I asked to be able to see things, but I can't go around telling the wrong audience that I see things. They're going to lock me up, thinking that I'm crazy or have some type of mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being super honest, right?
No, I understand what you're saying. I do. And I get it.
And you know, you say that to the wrong person, it's going to freak them out. And it's just because they don't have that perspective, or they don't understand, or it scares them. And out of fear, millions of women were burned to the stake.
True that. I've been there.
Because they want their land. They, you know what I'm saying? So like,
I've been to Salem, and I've gone to a couple of places like a couple of museums and stuff that were based off of where the witch trials and things were done. So I totally understand. And you're right. It was out of fear, out of them not understanding.
Yeah. So what good does knowledge do if people can't understand it?
Exactly what happened to Faust.
Like, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm bringing it back because I think about that.
Yeah.
What good will it do me if I'm an all-powerful celestial being and I want to do good in the world and the people don't accept it?
Maybe you're aiming too high. Do you know the story of Robert Johnson? Robert Johnson was a musician. And one day in Clarksdale, Mississippi,
Good old Mississippi,
he ended up at a crossroad between highways 49 and 61.
All right, so that's where two highways meet.
That's
for
correct.
All of those that don't know.
Just a crossroads.
You never know.
Hey, back in the day.
See, I think of the tarot card. It's a woman that's blindfolded with the two of cards. Also means crossroad.
Well, this is a little different because this crossroad was very rural. It was out in the country, and it was just dirt. You know what I mean? It wasn't no skyscrapers or anything that you're thinking of, because this happened so long ago.
Right.
And he met the devil, who he said traveled with a hellhound, and he met him, and the devil gave him that same offer to sell your soul for what do you want. And what he wanted was he wanted to be famous. And how did he want to be famous? He wanted to be a musician, because he was a musician. So he gave the devil his guitar, and the devil tuned his guitar. This is how the story goes. And when the guitar was handed back to him, he all of a sudden had all this talent to be a musician. And he became a very famous folk music type musician guy.
See, you tell me that, and I'm like thinking like he just learned like the first basic chords.
No.
Could play a song.
No.
Met the devil, and now the devil's like, here's your new guitar, and all of a sudden he knows how to play like everything you've ever heard of, knows all the notes.
He didn't explicitly describe the devil in interviews or writings, but some of his songs and things like that were based off of it. Crossroad Blues, Me and the Devil Blues, Hellhound on My Trail, things like that, because he knew it was going to end. He knew the price. He knew there was a price for all of his fame.
Dang.
And it's just like you're talking about having some type of a price. That was it, you know. He ended up getting famous and all of these things. And then they say that his last words, which were written on a piece of paper by his own hand, and after his death they found it, and it said, Jesus of Nazareth, King of Jerusalem, I know my Redeemer liveth, and that he will call me from the grave. So he knew that was it. His soul was gone.
Dang.
Yes.
He's still pleading. He's like, somebody else help me. If this DD came out and helped me, someone else can too.
Such a crazy story. And I've listened to some of his music, and it's interesting.
Oh, see, I'm going to have to listen to some music.
Robert Johnson, guys, if you're out there, go take a look, man. American musician, songwriter.
I'm just interested on what everybody thinks. Like we could have like a discussion going on. That'd be kind of cool on how his music influenced you, or what vibe it gave you. Oh, because I'm definitely going to listen to it.
Robert Johnson, his music was in the mid-30s.
Wow.
1930, I want to say 5 to 37. I don't know, something like that. So it was, like I'm saying, it was back in the day. Craziness. But he always thought that, they say.
See, I don't desire anything as badly as he did. Like, he wanted fame, right? And fortune. I don't desire that.
So there's another movie. I know I watch a lot of movies, guys.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
Movie guy.
I'm a movie guy. There's another movie with the Karate Kid himself, Ralph Macchio.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Crossroads.
It's not Karate Kid. Darn.
It's definitely not the Karate Kid. So in this movie Crossroads, Ralph Macchio is a classically trained guitarist, but his real passion was the blues. And he had a favorite artist, and he's working at some old folks home. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how it was. It's been forever since I've seen the movie. But this dude in the old folks homes claims he's this artist who sold his soul to the devil. And he needed to get back to those crossroads so he could try to get the contract tore up. Because he wanted his soul. He figured after his life, he didn't get what he had bargained for. You know, he whatever he asked for, he didn't feel it was fulfilled, and he wanted to go into it. So,
can you sue the devil?
Well, the devil gave him an opportunity.
Oh,
the devil said that he could maybe trade or whatever for a different soul.
Oh,
so
no.
Ralph Macchio, who didn't believe in all of this, stepped up and was like, "Well, they were going to have like a playoff, you know, of guitar with some other guy who sold his soul to the devil, who was the best guitarist in the world. But he was like a big hairband rocker guy." So in this movie, guys, I don't really want to ruin it for you, but there's a scene in which they both kind of battle each other out, and it's pretty interesting how it ends up happening, and you'll find out what happens at the end. But I thought that because we were just talking about it, it was a very interesting premise that he asked for something. The devil gave him what he exactly asked for, but it wasn't what he expected. And he wanted his soul back.
That's why I want to switch places.
Dang.
I still think that's the best bargain for my soul.
Well, it's just an interesting topic, you know. And I read about a lot of these things, and there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of literature about selling your soul to the devil.
See, anybody out there listening, if you have recently sold your soul to the devil, I would love to have you on the show, because I want to know why.
And I want to know what the contract looked like, because
yeah, like how did it go down?
You know, did you get to bring your own lawyer, own representation?
Did you summon him up?
Oh my goodness!
In your bathtub, or like, did you have to go to a crossroad? Like, how did it happen?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to know.
You know, because there are all these stories, and you're not going to tell me that like these people, the people that it has happened to, say the same thing, right? That there's always a consequence or a price. They always regret it. Is there anybody out there who doesn't regret it?
You know, I was going to ask the same question, because everything that I've ever read, I haven't heard of anybody who's like, "Oh, dude, that was the greatest thing I've ever done." Was it worth it?
I like how there's emergency vehicles going by.
Hey, when you live in the big city,
that's what happens, right?
For all of you who don't know, we are based in Mountain View, California. That's the Bay Area. We're kind of between San Francisco and San Jose.
Google is our neighbor.
Google is based here in our fair little city. And yeah. And we just moved to the new dig, so now I'm kind of in the heart of everything. Major major road right outside.
Yeah, right outside. But yeah, no, I was really wondering that. Like, I want to hear a success story. Why does nobody ever tell us the other side?
Well,
there has to be a reason that it's so popular.
I think someone's just trying to get it right. Like, oh, well, you didn't do it right. That's why you got kind of screwed on the whole deal. But I bet you that I could outsmart the devil. Well, give it a shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I don't outsmart him. I just want to switch places.
I totally understand what you're saying. There's got to be downside to that.
And I'm
there
like,
has to be.
We're all going to go anyways. That's the one guarantee in life. Just my soul is going to be somewhere else. And that's all right.
It's all right. You mentioned to me, mentioned to me.
What did I say?
That Beelzebub was once an angel.
Yes.
Well, how did he fall? How did he fall from grace?
The right hand of God.
So what happened there?
Well, he wanted to be just like God. And God said, bruh.
Nay.
I got you. He did. And said it. That's why I don't see, and maybe I'm naive, or maybe I just like to see the positive things in life, whatever it may be. But essentially God told Lucifer, you want to be like me, that's fine. I'm going to make you the light bringer and send him to rule over hell, over the lost souls. And that's why I truly believe that his one job is to actually turn souls around. So those willing to sell their souls are so desperate and in such need that he goes and gives them what they want so that they can learn from it. And so he then takes those souls, and then those souls, after their death and after they've hopefully learned their lesson, go and prove in another world that they have learned their lesson. And if they haven't, then they stay there so they don't get the opportunity to come back and reincarnate. That is my belief.
So your belief is that he really was placed there to help these souls reach redemption?
Yes, because he wanted to play God. And I think God is somebody who gives you second chances and tries to push you in the right direction.
It's funny because you guys all know that my computer's on and we kind of read some stuff as we're talking here. And you were mentioning redemption, and it is a perspective that I have yet to really kind of focus on and study.
Right.
And I just see here that one of the consequences / moral lessons of selling your soul to the devil, one of them is listed as redemption, that often depicted as a dangerous and irreversible act that in some stories suggest the possibility of redemption through repentance and seeking divine intervention.
Because then as a lost soul, you go back, and if you're a believer of God, then you would go and ask help from God. Or if you're not, then you try to be a better person.
Wow.
So just pointing you in that direction.
It's super interesting.
But again, these are just perspectives we're putting out there. We're not trying to influence anybody anywhere. It's just table talk.
It's just table talk, guys.
Just table talk.
It's just table talk.
Take it with
and little things like
grain of salt,
There's so many examples of just using the premise of selling the soul to your devil that's out there that you probably didn't even know. Like The Little Mermaid.
But
do you know the story of The Little Mermaid?
Before you dive into The Little Mermaid, I just want to say, it would be a lie for me to say that I don't have a price, because I think everybody does. They just don't want to admit it.
Like The Little Mermaid.
Okay, let's hear the story about The Little Mermaid. I'm just saying.
The Little Mermaid, that little princess that was, floating around with Sebastian the crab, and
a little flounder,
wanted to be a human and was willing to sell her soul, which was like her voice. She sold her voice for the opportunity
to Ursula. Right?
Yes, it's all based off the same thing. Like we mentioned about Crossroads, we were just singing a song earlier that's based off of selling your soul to the devil.
Oh, the fiddler.
Yes, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's
still think the devil
Charlie
does a better
Daniels
job,
band.
but
Oh, man, I can rap that whole song, guys.
I know you can, but
can.
I still think the devil does a great job of really changing it, really making it his own.
But that's the one spot where they like Johnny wins. Johnny wins in that song. And the devil knew that he'd been beat and laid the golden fiddle down at Johnny's feet. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's the one.
See, to me, an all-knowing being was I'll let you win so that now you're under my control with your golden fiddle.
So it's like when I play pool and I let you win the $20 so that I could bet the $100, and you're going to think that, yeah, let's do that. And then I whoop
and then
you.
and then I take the 100 and the 20 back.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. If I'm ever on the crossroads and I see that black Cadillac come and there's a hellhound in the back and some dude jumps up like, yo, what's up, homie?
Oh, you would be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm like, no, I just need a golf cart. And
no, you wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
You're a righteous person.
I don't know if I'm righteous. I'm just.
You've seen some stuff though that you're just like, no thanks.
I've seen some things, and think I know some things, but the reality is,
your mama would whip your butt.
My mom would whip my butt.
My mom's gonna whip my butt, but she's gonna be like, "That's my daughter, though." She would. She would try to seek bigger things then lose it.
It's just, I don't know. This is just one of those interesting things that I was thinking about, and I just, as we were sitting around trying to chop up at the table, I thought I'd bring it up for everyone.
No, I like that you found stories, and I think it's very interesting to, keep investigating and pushing these controversial things, right? And again, I'm sitting here playing devil's advocate, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know what I would do. When an opportunity rises, I don't know what I would do. Because I can sit here and say, like, yeah, I'd stick by my morals and beliefs and things, but I don't know. I don't know. And I'm constantly learning new things that I like, and I'm exploring the world and trying to make the best decisions. But do I always make the best decision? No, I'm a human. That's part of the human experience, is to make mistakes and learn from them.
Well, Lord knows that I have not always stuck by my moral compass in my lifetime. That there was a period of time in there that I feel like I probably could have been a better person, So thinking it that way, did I attempt to sell my soul to the devil? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was seeking something out there,
right.
Call it riches, call it power, call it a bunch of stuff, in my 20s, and it didn't work out. But how did I get out of all of that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was the grace of God, my sister, my family, my friends, not my friends, my real friends, the two that I had,
right.
that kind of reached down and pulled me out.
Yeah.
Or maybe, who knows? I don't know. It's just, I think of a lot of stuff when I think about this. Me too. Like, this is a very interesting topic to me.
Like, it makes sense. Like, in your darkest moments, those that really are there for you are the real friends.
Oh yeah.
Because all of those that are not your friends, as soon as things get uncomfortable, they run away like roaches with the lights on.
Oh, totally. It's comfort, and it's the lack of ability to give them what they want.
Right. Because they're gaining something.
Once I stopped doing the things that I was doing just because I decided I was going to stop, gone.
Right.
Oh, you can no longer help me.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden you're a problem.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
No,
and
it is what it is.
And I mean, wasn't that your personal hell?
Maybe that was my redemption,
and
the fact that because I came to that conclusion, and then who knows?
I don't know. And what if my sole purpose is to just
be the devil? What if your sole purpose here is to be the devil? Like, you might leave today and there's a crossroad right outside where Middlefield hits Shoreline, and you're going to be like, boom, there he is, just sitting there right next to the taco truck. And you're like, I know that dude.
You want to know something? That is a dead zone. Every time I go through there and I'm on the phone, that the phone dies.
Dang.
Yeah. Like it literally will either hang up or the people can't hear me.
There's a little something over there.
Yeah, there's a little something on that little crossroad.
If anyone out there listening has ever felt that they themselves had an opportunity or hit that crossroad, and was going to sell their soul to the devil, you need to let me know, because I feel like I've lived it.
And it could be anonymous.
Sure it can.
Just make a fake email account.
Yeah, but let me tell you our email. Our email is Espookys Talk, ESPOOKYSTALK@gmail.com. Or right there in our bio, we have a link to, I would love to hear from you guys. I really would, because I truly feel that I have towed the line there a little bit, maybe stuck my little pinky toe into
Your
the deep
pinky
end,
toe.
to
Oh my goodness.
test the waters and just maybe the world's going to need me. Maybe that's why I got pulled out. Who knows?
See, I would just really read the contract and be like, all right, let me see. Any funny business here?
That would assume that I knew how to read.
But that's why I know in my heart that the opportunity would never rise.
Well,
because it's too good. Like, there's no way that a celestial being would want to switch to be a human. There's no way.
Well, let's hope not. I kind of appreciate you and want you here with us. And then you'd be like,
although if I switch with Lucy, you better ask him all the questions. I want a really good interview. Interview with the devil. Is that a movie?
No, it was a vampire. Interview with a vampire.
Oh, Interview with the Vampire. So
that's a good flick. I watch a lot of movies yet.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You've never seen Interview with the Vampire?
No.
Bro,
is it on Netflix? Because I don't pay for that. Netflix, you're too expensive. Get it together.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt.
Don't like him. They probably sold their soul to the devil, to be honest.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, I love him.
There, he's in it.
All right.
There it is. And there it shall be.
Anything for Antonio Banderas. He's so seductive with his voice.
Well, guys.
What is it? El Zorro.
El Zorro. I thought you were going with was it Desperado? Is that when he was like, never mind. I don't know. That movie with him and Selma Hayek. What, Selma?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways. With all that, guys, we're going to take off and go watch a few movies. So the time has definitely hit. And thank you for going down this rabbit hole with us because, I don't know, I feel like this one was kind of personal to me. I don't know if you can tell.
I really could tell that it was like, it left you pondering. Maybe it was because I wasn't like, I would never sell my soul. But see, I want to be able to say that. I want to be that righteous, that, that type of person, but I'm not. And I have to go through this world and I have to be able to look at my reflection and be like, am I living my authentic life? And saying that, like, I would, if I could switch places, I think it is a loophole.
You think that's a done deal?
I think that's a done deal.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And it's not that I'm smarting. It's just that it's feeding that wanting to know how it all works.
Well, when the devil hits you up, if they look like Elizabeth Hurley, you need to send her on over.
Okay. Put her on the show.
Just need a
add that to the contract.
Need an autograph.
First, we need to record a podcast about it, and then I'll do it, I guess.
Oh my goodness, guys! With that, for sure, the time has hit. So, thank you everybody out there for listening, and stay tuned because we got some crazy stuff coming up. Because we just recently had headed out to Tonopah, Nevada, and you guys will be hearing that next month. So you're gonna want to know what happened out there. But for right now, as you guys get a little tired and put your head onto your gigantic pillow to go to sleepy time, be sure to look under your bed.
Lock your closets and your mirrors.
It's Espookys time.